What would you do if you couldn't find your passport within 48 hours of an international trip? That's exactly what happened to me and my friend Grace when we were packing for a trip to Aruba. And we were packing and realized that we couldn't find her passport anywhere. It wasn't in her safe. It wasn't anywhere to be found. And so what do? We looked up how do you find a passport and get one done the next day. And so apparently there are these things called passport agencies. We were in Southeast Texas at that time, and the closest one would be Houston. But we looked it up and called them, and they had no appointments to be seen before our trip was supposed to be leaving within 36 hours. And so the next closest place was New Orleans. We woke up at 4 a.m. the next day and got to an appointment at about 8 a.m. We got there before the doors opened, and there was a big line of people. So don't feel like you're the only one that's ever gone through this. This is a somewhat common problem, or people needing urgent things for their passport or new passport even, for emergencies, life or death emergencies, deaths in the family, and you absolutely have to have travel even if your things are expired or lost. You have to have all your paperwork printed out. One of those things is a form DS-82. They want everything completed before you show up, and that way when you get there, we were actually in and out of the door within 45 minutes and had been seen and everything squared away. The people just said that, hey, come back in about 4 hours, we'll give you a call and tell you when it's ready. And so we'd never done this before. We were a little skeptical that it was actually going to get done the same day, but we decided to make a day trip of it anyway. So we actually left the agency. We went to Bourbon Street in the middle of the day, which was kind of weird seeing it not packed and not smelling like you know what, because it was actually getting cleaned at the time, which was nice. We checked out St. Louis Cathedral and got some pictures. We walked along the Mississippi River, went by Cafe Du Monde and got breakfast. Not even two and a half hours later, we actually got the call that the passport was ready to go, which was super exciting. We went and picked it up, secured the goods, and then we went back home to Houston, the Houston area, and then packed up our things and then went to the airport at 4 a.m. because we were on a Spirit flight at 5 a.m. RIP Spirit. They were one of my most traveled airlines before they went under. Sad to see them gone, but it's not something that happens all the time, but it does happen to people. So you're able to actually get your passport within 48 hours and be able to get that done and get on your travel plans without having to delay everything. So this can happen to you. You'll be prepared though, because you listen to this video. Follow along if you want to get more travel tips like this and try and figure out what real life looks like when travel emergencies happen.